Alright guys, excuse me. So now we're back. We're going to talk about type 3s, a stovepipe, what's commonly called a stovepipe, what is commonly called a double feed. Not really a double feed. What it is a failure to extract. You've got a fired round, a piece of brass stuck in the chamber. The gun tried to do its gun magic. It tried to extract, eject, feed, etc. And it did not extract. The brass did not come out of the chamber. And so the slide got all the way to the rear, picked up another round, and is trying to put it on top of the brass stuck in the chamber. One thing to understand, when we set this thing up in training, as soon as you get the magazine out of the gun, the dummy round, the non-fired brass in the chamber always falls out nice and clean. And so in training, people seem to think getting the mag out is the hard part. Once that happens, it's easy. In reality, the exact opposite is true. In reality, the fired brass is well and truly stuck in the chamber. It's the problem. Getting the mag out is the first step, but actually getting the brass out of the chamber is often the far more difficult part. So anyway, that's what we got here. It's a type 3, a failure to extract. We're going to talk about how to deal with this gun hand only. The classic solution would be you fire in the gun, nothing happens, tap, roll it, rack it, nothing happens. They would have you lock the slide to the rear, get the magazine out, rack the action 3 times. The way that would look is push up on the slide lock lever, push down on the gun, get the slide locked to the rear, get the magazine out of the gun, rack the action, rack the action, rack the action, reload the gun, and go. Time consuming to say the least. A simpler solution is to get the magazine out of the gun without locking the slide to the rear. How do we accomplish that? One, you can modify the gun or modify the magazines to allow this. On this particular gun, I've got a Gap Enterprise base plate. Gap Enterprise, a little company out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, makes a magazine base plate with a little lip on it. That lip is such that I can use it to tear the magazine out of the gun. Pretty neat way to solve this. So again, I've got that type 3. Gun doesn't work. I tap it, I roll it, I rack it, doesn't work. I push the mag release button, I catch that lip, I rack, and I reload the gun. Much simpler way to do it. Works just as well, left hand only, or off hand only. Same thing, from here, tap, roll it, rack it, doesn't work. Push the button, tear it out, rack, reload the gun, and go. So, pretty neat way to do it. Another solution, which works very well if you've got the mobility and ability to do it. This is what's known as an inertia release or an inertia bump. So here I am, again, classic problem, type 3. Gun doesn't work. I tap it, I roll it, I rack it. It doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is an inertia bump. I'm going to push that magazine release button. I'm going to drive the forearm down to my offside knee. I'm raising the offside knee while I drive the forearm down. So the way it works is this. The magazine is jettisoned, the slide runs forward. Rack, reload the gun. So again, that works very well if you've got the ability to move and the ability to do that. But there are a number of positions where you're not going to have that flexibility. You still need to set up the gun and modify the gun to support the techniques you want to use. But again, real quickly, it works the same way, offhand only. Gun doesn't work. Tap it, roll it, rack it, doesn't work. Push the button, drive the forearm down to the opposite side knee. From here, roll it, rack it, reload it, and go from there. So that is a couple of takes on type 3 one-hand only clearances. Thank you.